I'm Sarah and I'm from Lakeville, Minnesota. When I heard about this competition, I knew I had to submit my recipe for cream cheese mushrooms. For years I've been trying to replicate all the wonderful stuffed mushrooms that I've had in restaurants, and came across the idea a few years back to stuff them with cream cheese, and I've got a recipe for you that I'm sure you're going to love. Right now I already have my half tablespoon of olive oil in there, and what I'm going to put in here is the stems of the mushrooms, 3 cloves of garlic, and a nice sized shallot all chopped up. I'm going to saute this for a minute. Let that get that nice toastiness going on. Get that up, get the nice smell of the shallot going. Okay. After I get that going for a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the heat because the rest of the ingredients do not need as high heat to cook. Next thing I am going to add is ½ pound of crab legs. I usually get like 1 cluster of snow crab. Works great with king crab. I'm going to go ahead and toss this in here and mix it in. Let that crab heat up a bit. And the next thing, the ingredient that makes the dish, Philadelphia cream cheese. I'm going to use 8 ounces. I'm going to go ahead and dump this in there and let it get all melty. I'm just going to let this in. It's going to get nice and creamy, melt up, and you stir it so it gets mixed in really, really well. Just look at that creaminess. It's just wonderful. It really brings out the flavor in the mushrooms. And you know, this, with using cream cheese, this recipe becomes incredibly versatile. I have a lot of variations that I can go ahead and share with you too, which I'll do at the end of this. Get this cooking here. Mix this up in here. Alright, and while that's cooking, I'll let that melt a little bit more. I have a pound of mushrooms with their stems. Obviously, we're already popped out. I'm going to go ahead and put 8 tablespoons of butter, just drizzling it in the caps to help soften those up. Get that in each cap. Got that going in there. Butter makes it really nice because it'll help cook it in there and soften it up inside so your mushrooms come out perfectly done. I'm also going to add water to the bottom of the pan, just enough to cover it so you can also make the mushrooms moist and cook them from the bottom. Got my 9 by 13 pan, and I put in just under a cup of water there, so it just covers the bottom by that much. We're good to go. We're going to come back over here, and we're going to stir up to see how this cream cheese is coming along. And look at this, it's just coming out perfectly, all nice and mixed up. Toss that in there. The next thing I'm going to do is add some seasoning, add a little bit of flavor to bring out the flavor of the crab that's in here. What I have right here is a ½ teaspoon of garlic salt, a teaspoon of garlic pepper, and one of my secret ingredients that I like to throw in dishes, a tablespoon of smoked paprika. It really brings out a lot of flavors, especially in the seafood. I'm going to pour that in there. I'm going to go ahead and stir this all up. What I really like also, not only does the smoked paprika add a nice flavor, it adds some really nice color, because your mushrooms are going to be brown and it's going to be basic, but that really just brings out, you know, the color of the crab being pink, and the smoked paprika in there, just gives it a nice look. So, mix that through, and we are good to stuff these mushrooms. I'm going to go ahead and shut this off here, keep this aside. Go ahead and grab a spoon. I'm just going to go ahead and fill all of these caps. I like to have them come overflowing a little bit. You're going to have plenty of stuff to fill these mushrooms with, so definitely take advantage of it. You don't want a dry mushroom. Put this in here. Keep filling that up. Now I always use a 9x13 pan because when you do buy a pan of mushrooms, sometimes they're different sizes. I just use your basic white mushroom. Go ahead and get these done. These do come out really, really lovely. Nice thing about this recipe, you can actually use it with shrimp or lobster as well. Any seafood really does very well in this. Alright, just a few more here. Okay. Now obviously I have some extra, so why not go ahead and top these off. Let's make them really nice and big and delicious. This recipe goes over very well at my house with the kids, and every time the coworkers here I make it, I have to bring in any leftovers if I have any. Sometimes I just make a couple extra batches just to bring them to them. So, alright. These are looking wonderful. Alright, well, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and put them in the oven, and they're going to bake for 20 minutes. And then when they're done, after the 20 minutes, actually I'll take a couple tablespoons of Parmesan cheese and sprinkle it across the top so it gets a nice coated flavor. So, I'll go ahead and put these in. And, so you can see the finished product, I did go ahead and make a handful right there for you. Just a few so you can see how beautiful those look with the color and the crustiness. They're absolutely delicious. You put them out on a plate of lettuce or cabbage to bring out some extra color. The other reason why I really like using the Philadelphia cream cheese with my mushrooms is you can actually use a couple other variations with it. If you're not big into seafood, you can go ahead and use Italian sausage. Just leave out the garlic pepper, the garlic salt, and the paprika. Go ahead and use the stems and a shallot and the garlic. But you mix that in there because like hot Italian sausage, browned up really nice, has a ton of flavor, mixed in with the cream cheese, coat it with your Parmesan. Another twist is using taco meat. It's really great to take the taco meat and then just mix it in with your cream cheese, and then you can top it with cheddar so you can have little taco mushrooms. But this is my recipe, and thank you for letting me share it with you.